Nan, Pop, what movies did I see all the time when I was a kid?
E.T.
E.T.
Oh,
What else?
and Jaws.
Yeah.
Jaws is the biggest one, I think. Beetlejuice.
Alien.
Alien.
But what are we seeing today?
Beetlejuice. No. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Okay.
What'd you guys think of the movie?
I thought that he wasn't going to like it because he didn't originally see the first one. He said he did, but I think he did. I thought it was hysterical. Right from the start, I thought it was great. I think Winona Ryder did a great job. I think the mother,
Catherine O'Hara.
She looked absolutely fantastic, and I love the young girl.
Jenna Ortega.
Oh, she is.
She's a scream queen these days.
And I'm not going to give you the ending, but oh my God, it was. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I would go see it again.
What would you give it out of 5? Say?
5.
5 out of 5?
Yeah,
nice.
for sure.
What about you, Pop?
I loved it. I didn't think I was going to care for it that much, but it was better than any expectations that I had. I did not see the first one. She thinks I did, but I know I did not see the first one. Maybe I saw a bit or a piece of it, but that's all. Every minute was action-packed and hysterical.
Yeah.
It was so funny, and colorization was beautiful on it. And of course, Michael Keaton did his always excellent job.
Yeah.
Great actor. The supporting cast was great. Winona was great. The new girl, Ortega, she was wonderful, and I loved every minute of it. And I'm so glad I went to see it. And I also would give it a 5 out of 5, and I recommend it highly.
Wow.
What'd you think of the new characters? Like, what'd you think of Willem DaFoe as the detective?
He was okay. I didn't like his makeup so much.
Kind of cheesy.
Kind of
Yeah,
cheesy.
kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
Maybe it was
But
supposed
that's
to
the
be.
world it kind of is,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. But I like the ending there. It was like
They
the
all
mommy come in, you know. That was pretty cool.
What about Bob?
I always loved Willem Dafoe.
Oh, Bob broke my heart.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Bob.
I didn't want Bob to go.
What about Monica Belluci as the soul sucker?
Oh, she was okay, but I don't know. No, she didn't do anything for me.
What about Justin Theroux as Winona Ryder's fiance?
He was a douchebag, but
He played it well, though.
Yes.
He played a great douchebag.
Nice,
And
yeah.
He made you not like him.
Which,
That was his part.
Yep.
So you didn't like him. Seeing her dead husband was cute too.
yeah.
And the girl's father, I guess. But the ending of the first one and the ending of the second one, ooh, I can't pick.
Yeah.
Because both my favorite parts of the movie.
The
And
music,
the music
yes.
made the whole movie.
The music
made the whole movie.
The music was wonderful.
Yeah.
We knew every single song that they were doing.
Song at the could I tell the name of the song?
Yes.
Yeah, MacArthur's Park.
Yes.
Well,
by Richard Harris.
I was pregnant during MacArthur's Park, and I got a job up in Englewood Cliffs, and I hated going up there because I was pregnant and I didn't tell them. And then the lady I worked with, they fired her, and they gave me a promotion, and here I'm pregnant. So I say, oh my God, what am I going to do? When I got to be 7 months, the one guy called me in the office, and he said, you know, you look great. You know, you got nothing going on. You're not pregnant, are you? And with that, my face probably turned yellow, green, purple. And I said, no. He picked me up that day, and I never went back. So
That-
to
that
this
song
day,
was playing on it?
MacArthur's Park was playing on the way up there and on the way back home.
Oh, man.
So when I heard it at the end, but this was a good MacArthur's Park.
Yes.
Because it was happy.
Maybe now your bad memories will be overtaken by the
because
good
I used to hear it on
memories.
the radio and go, oh, turn
Oh,
that
I
off.
love the song.
And the best part of the movie was having our grandson come with us because he was such a Beatle fan. And that's our story. We're sticking
did
to
it.
it.
Would you recommend people see it?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Vicky, you made a big mistake.
Absolutely. You have to see it, Vicky.
Meanwhile,
Excellent movie.
Alright guys, so that was my grandparents, my lovely Nan and Pop's take on Beetlejuice. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed going to see it with them. They were a little more forgiving than I will be, them giving it a 5 out of 5. This movie is not perfect, but I will say, For someone who really does not like legacy sequels, this one doesn't bang you over the head or shove nostalgia down your throat too hard. Tim Burton just was not very heavy-handed with it. Like, you do feel nice and warm and cuddly as soon as the opening slow credit crawl starts coming on and you hear that Danny Elfman score. You're like immediately transported back into the world of Beetlejuice, which is nice and heartwarming. All our characters from the original movie are as lovely and quirky as ever. They all have believable story arcs. You know, Winona Ryder's Lydia Dietz is now a paranormal TV host where she talks to dead relatives of guests on her show. Catherine O'Hara as the stepmother is still pursuing her insane, over-the-top artistic expression. The father, who passes away, actually died on a birdwatching trip. And Michael Keaton steals the show once again, and he's actually not on screen as much as I thought he was going to be. It's almost like on par with the original. You only see him certain times, and every time he's on screen, he is just stealing the show. I will say they handled the situation with Jeffrey Jones very well. He plays a character who is dead in this one, and you don't see his face. Except for a claymation scene, which is, you know, nice, because given his history, they probably went this route for that reason. For the rest of the movie, you see him like with half his body eaten by a shark, which is really funny. All the new characters are a welcome addition, like Jenna Ortega as the indifferent, estranged daughter of Lydia Dietz is great. She plays it very well. Justin Theroux as the shitty boyfriend to Lydia Dietz, like, he played that wonderfully and very hateable. Willem DaFoe as the actor slash detective in the afterlife is incredible, with like half his brain showing. Monica Belluci as Beetlejuice's ex-wife, going throughout the entire length of the movie, sucking the souls from people. It's just awesome. The plot's kind of silly, you know, it's Lydia Dietz's daughter going down into the afterlife with this boy. Spoiler alert, he killed his whole family and he wants to steal her soul so he could come back to the real world. Lydia Dietz hires Beetlejuice to be a good guy for once and actually help her out. Just like the plot of the original movie, you know, it's like, there's a catch here. He wants to marry Lydia once and for all to stop his soul-sucking ex-wife from bleeding him dry. All the new characters are kind of just there as added fodder to just, like, revisit this world, and all their stories kind of get wrapped up a little too easily for my taste. It's just kind of like, well, it was that easy, see you later. There's just so many tangential storylines going on that, like, they rarely intersect until the final act, but still, it was just awesome to see them all again doing their thing. And I will say this, justice for Bob, by the way, right? All the practical effects were awesome. Seeing all, like, the guts pouring out of Beetlejuice, and, like, the stop-motion animation sandworms were awesome, and it's just great not to see them get all CGI'd to death. All Tim Burton's, like, quirky angles and funny color schemes and lighting in the afterlife were just, like, a beautiful return to form. I just wish we got a little bit more from the newer characters. Like, Willem DaFoe was awesome, but he doesn't really get to do much. He's just hunting the soul-sucking ex-wife and Beetlejuice the whole movie until the very end. I did love the storyline with Monica Belluci and their little reference to old Mario Bava movies of the past that they see. It's lovely and just like a nod to horror in general. The pacing of the film is very fast and quick, which is nice. There's never really that many lulls or dull moments. Like, everything happens real quickly. Lots of great scenes with all the characters doing their quirkiness as always. I don't want to spoil too much. That mega spoiler that NECA revealed about I'll just say it, the baby Beetlejuice. I thought that was going to be a huge plot point, and thankfully it isn't. It's just like a quick one-off scene, but it is funny as all hell. But NECA, what the fuck are you doing spoiling that great moment? Just a lot of fun. Was it necessary? Of course not. Are any of these legacy sequels or sequels in general necessary? No. While my Nan and Pop gave it a 5 out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 because it wasn't perfect. Overall, it was just such a fun trip revisiting this world with all these characters again. The practical effects are great, the pacing is great, the new characters are awesome. I just wish they had more to do, and I wish the storyline wrapped up more cohesively and not just so, well, that's it. Highly recommend checking out this movie, especially if you like the original, and go see it with someone you love. Me seeing it with my grandma, who loved it, of course. Was such like a nice treat. Go see it with someone you watched the original with, you know what I mean? It is just, it's heartfelt and just like a nice, non-heavy-handed trip down that nostalgic road we all know and love. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us on this journey. I really appreciate it. If you want like a super deep dive of my thoughts on this movie, check out my Letterboxd. I, of course, was way too wordy again, but check it out if you want a nice long novel to read about this movie. Thank you to my Nan and Pop for being willing to go torture themselves again with this movie like I tortured them with the original so many years ago. And I hope you enjoyed their takes on this movie. It was a lot of fun. Me and Vicky will be back soon with another video shortly, I'm sure. Thank you all again so much. If you like this stuff, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and go see Beetlejuice Beetlejuice, man. It is a legacy sequel I can actually stand behind for once. Adios.